Hey everybody, what's up? It's Tia, back to bring you another recap review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, episode 9. Alright y'all, it's just one more episode left and that'll be the finale. So, okay, I'm going to do something a little different tonight. I got no notes. And I'm going to try and do this strictly from memory, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go in order. I'm going to try and go in order as much as I can and just basically give you the highlights also, so it won't be so long, okay? So we're going to see how this goes. Alright everybody, so let's get started. Now I do remember the first scene opened up with Joselyn, Stevie J, and Mimi. Although you really didn't see Stevie J, you saw his behind walking away like he was on the last episode. So you see Joselyn getting upset saying, let me go, because she's obviously frustrated and pissed about about Mimi saying that they still live together. So you see her, and then she gets her composure. You see Mimi and the psychologist Jeffrey talking, and Mimi basically was just like, I just threw that out there just to see how Jocelyn would react, and the fact that I got that response, that she tried to beat his ass, that she hit him, lets me know that they're still fucking. And she said, that's not acceptable, I won't accept it, that's not tolerable in my book, I'm not dealing with it. That's basically what she's telling the psychologist. Then you see Jeffrey with Jocelyn, and Jocelyn's crying, she's upset, her eyes are red. I guess mine would be too. She tried to beat that dude's ass, and then she's upset too. So she was really upset, and Jeffrey's basically just asking her, why do you feel so much hurt? And she was basically like, I didn't know he was still with Mimi. He told me he wasn't with her. Me and him are together, and I found that they're still living together. She said, I just lost and got upset. So Jeffrey goes to talk about her relationship with her parents and everything, and she said, I never really did have a mother or a father in my life. I've been on my own since I was 13, and so I've struggled with trying to find that love and that support that I need and I get, and I'm this way because I just, I never had nobody to really care about me like that. I've been on my own ever since a kid. So basically that's the end of the scene with them. Oh, and Stevie J said that, he can't take getting punches, so he had to leave. Well, I guess not, but when we try to beat your ass, I'll leave. Try to beat my ass, I'll leave you too. That's what he said on the side note. So that ends the scene with them. Okay. Erica and Lil Scrappy meet up outside somewhere, and she lets him know that she heard about his release mixtape party and that he invited Shay. She's like, I heard about you bringing Shay to the party. He's like, yeah, that's my friend. And she's like, that's just your friend? He like, yeah. He's like, so y'all not seeing each other? He like, no. He like, y'all ain't slept together? He like, no. She like, have you ever slept together? He was like, no. Y'all know Scrappy ass is lying, because he even said that he was messing with Shay. Now I don't know why he ain't telling her the truth. I guess he still want to play both sides, so he lies to Erica and tell her no to everything, which is not the case. And so she said, well, it doesn't matter who you bring, but just the simple fact that you're bringing her, and then you talking about you still want to be with me. I think that's what she said, y'all. That's where the problem is. And my daughter's asking, where's my dad, and why isn't he here? And then she starts to cry about that, and Scrappy says on the side note that he never seen her cry before, so the fact that she cried did something to him and made his heart feel soft and things of that nature. So I guess he still wants to kind of be with Erica. He's playing both sides, and Erica said, I'm going to be okay regardless of whether we together or not or whatever. Just, be honest with me, basically. And then that ends the scene with them. Okay, Erica and, I'm sorry, y'all. No. Lil Scrappy and Mama D. So Mama D meets up with Lil Scrappy, I believe, at his house, and he goes to tell his mom about his dilemma with Erica and Shay. He still loves Erica, but he wants to be with Shay too. And Mama D is not hearing it. She's like, no, you ain't gonna be with no Erica. She left you for dead. I ain't forgot she left you for dead. She's still on that, y'all. She left you for dead, so she can't be with you. She ain't the right one for you. That bitch, you can't be with that bitch. He like, mama, don't call her a bitch. That's my baby mom. She like, okay. So he goes to say, I don't know what to do. How about his mom basically tells him that he needs to be a pimp. Well, if you can't be with one, you don't know which one you want to be with both of them, you know, be a pimp. Pimp both of them out, you know, play both sides. Be with her and be with her, you know, do what you got to do. And Lil Scrappy's looking at her like, you know, and on a side note, he said, you know, I don't really want to do that because I love Erica and I don't want to hurt her. And he said, I definitely don't want to hurt Shay. That's my buddy. That's my homie, lover, friend. I can't hurt her either. And again, basically, his mom just basically said, do what you gotta do. If you gotta be a pimp, be a pimp. And that ends the scene. Y'all, what the hell is Mama D trying to tell her son to do some shit like that for? What kind of shit is that to tell your son to be a pimp? Lord Jesus. Anyway, I know, because she was a pimp herself, but still. Anyway, so that ends the scene with them. Lord. Benzino and Carly meet up at a restaurant. They're having lunch. And Carly's basically talking about my career, my producer, my this and that. And Benzino's like, oh man, listen, can we have one conversation where you're not always talking about your career? He said, I want to talk about something else. Let's talk about the stars, the trees, the moon, something. I don't want to talk about just your career. She's like, you don't want to hear about my career. You don't love me. You don't care about me. You don't think it's important. He's like, yes, it's important, but I don't want to hear about it every single minute. And y'all, I got to agree with Benzino. If Carly is really doing that, that shit can get irritating. You don't want to talk about just one thing 24/7 or every time you with somebody. That will get on anybody's nerves, no matter what it is. They don't want to talk about it. He's like, let's just talk about us. Let's talk about something different. He says, from this point on, while we're having dinner, I don't want to hear about anything about your career, anything about your producers. Let's just talk about anything but that. And I guess she agreed, y'all. And ends the scene with the two of them. We didn't see them talk about nothing else. They just cut to the end of the scene with them. So, next scene. Joselyn goes to look for Stevie J at Benzino's house because supposedly Stevie J is staying with Benzino. So she goes to his house. He's not there. Benzino lets Joselyn in, and they begin to talk about Stevie J. And she basically was just saying, you know, I don't understand why Stevie J is doing this to me. He told me it was just going to be the two of us. Mimi said in the counseling thing that they were still together. She said, I hauled up and beat his ass. I stopped him right in the face. And Benzino's like, you did what? You didn't do that. She's like, yeah, I did. I got mad. I hit him. And Benzino's just like, Lord have mercy. So she goes to say, you know, I just don't understand why he does that. You know, he don't need to lie to me. Oh, and Benzino says, so you never knew that they were seeing each other when you first met him? Come on now, tell the truth. She said, no, I never knew that. I just thought that was the baby's mom and that was it, that they didn't have any relation. Boy, he sure played the hell out of her to tell her that. Because she still keeps saying she didn't believe that. She thought that he was single. So if she keeps saying that way Joselyn is, I have to believe her. Stevie J must have really laid a line on her because she really thought that he was not seeing Mimi. He was all up under Mimi because they were living together. They were together as a couple, you know. So, you know, she said, I just don't understand that. And, you know, she said, well, Stevie needs to get at me. I ain't talked to him since that. So she gets up and says, you know, you tell Stevie J to holler at me. And Benzino's like, okay, have a nice day. And she basically leaves and he closes the door. End of the scene. So then we get to the next scene. Joselyn and Carly. Okay, they go rock climbing. Like a fake simply rock climbing inside. And Joselyn gets all the way up to the top with no problem. That's a strong bitch. And I just have to say it like that. That's a strong bitch. Carly tries and says, oh no, I can't go no further. And she gets like a little way. She said, oh, I can't do it. Get me down. Well, anyway, they sit down and they have a heart-to-heart. And Joselyn goes to tell Carly about what happened at the counseling thing, that she got mad because Mimi said that they were still together. Excuse me, y'all still living together, and she's hauled off and socked Stevie J in the face. And Carly couldn't believe it. And she said, you know, we're together. And she's like, I just don't understand why he's lying to me. And so she said, you know, I noticed that when I went to go and see Stevie J, you're not around at Benzino's. What's going on? And Carly goes to tell Joselyn that, you know, they've been having their problems, and she needed her space basically, so she needed some time away to be away from him. And she said, okay. She said, well, when you leave, you know, take all your stuff so he knows that you're gone for good. Don't leave just some of your stuff there, because I still saw some of your stuff, so I knew you wasn't gone and you was coming back. So they made a little joke about that, and she basically said, you know, we're trying to work things out and things of that nature. And Jocelyn goes to tell Carly as well about Stevie J being her producer. She said, you know, I was trying to do something different. You know, he's still my producer. You know, we're still doing that. Carly said, wait a minute. I thought you was trying to work with other people. She said, well, I was, but I can't seem to get away from Stevie J. Stevie J don't want to let me go. He still wants to work with me, so he's still my producer. And y'all, that basically ended the scene with them. So next scene, Rasheeda and Kirk are out to dinner, and they're talking, and she lets Kirk know that, you know, that she loves him, and she don't want him to think that he has to doubt her love for anything, that they've been together for 12 years and they love each other, and she's down for him and everything. And she said, you know, this Deb Atney situation and all these other producers, she said, you know, I really don't want to work with them. I decided that I'm going to leave that alone and for now, and not have nothing to do with them or have them work for me. She said, I really, in spite of everything that's happened and what has happened, you've really been down for me. You've done a lot of good for me. I like us being together. I like us working together as a team, and I really want you to still be my producer and work with me. Well, gosh, that was a turn of events. You had to go through all of that, and then she said she wants him to work. I mean, I think she's just really torn, and I guess she think it'll hurt Kirk more, so she's still letting Kirk be her manager. I don't know. I mean, I can see both sides, but you know, that's a hard decision to make once you have your husband be your manager and you want to move forward, but you feel like he's holding you back, or you think he's holding you back. But anyway, she decided to tell Kirk that she wants him to still be her manager and her producer and stuff like that, and she's not working with Deb Atney or any other producers. And she also said she wants them to renew their wedding vows. She said, in a side note, that they ran off to Vegas and got married, so she said she wants to have something intimate with her and him, and I guess a few friends and family members. So he thought that was nice and basically agreed to the situation, and they continue to have their dinner, and that ends the scene with them. Okay, let's see. What's next? Okay, Benzino and Carly meet back up again at Benzino's house, and Carly and Benzino are having a heart-to-heart, and she's basically telling him, you know, we need to talk because we're having problems. And she said, you know, I'm having a real problem with your anger. You have a real anger problem. And he said, okay, yeah. And he basically acknowledged that he did have an anger problem. He said, but do you know why I'm angry? Do you know why I'm mad? And she said, but we need to find out what the problem is. He said, well, how are you going to find out the problem how are you going to find the solution and you don't know what the problem is? And he said, you know, on a side note, that he was basically mad a lot because of the things that she do and the way that she acts gets him mad. So then they get to talking. He said, you know, she said, you know, you're always jealous and stuff too. What's the problem? And he said, well, a lot of reason why I'm jealous is because you don't tell me the truth. And then when I find out, then it makes me feel like you're trying to keep things from me. You told me that you was going to the studio to produce with these Jamaican men, these Jamaicans, and it turns out it's not Jamaicans, it's one Jamaican, and the one guy that is this Jamaican is a guy that has a crush on you, he likes you, he wants to be with you, and you don't tell me this, and then when I find out, you make me feel like you're going behind my back, that you're lying and cheating in some kind of way. And she said, well, no, I just didn't want to tell you because I knew how you would react. And so he said, you know, you got to come clean. You can't keep doing this. You got to be straight with me on everything so that there's no secrets involved, and that way I can deal with the situation at hand and not find out later. So Carly kind of like half agrees to do that, and then they kind of like kiss and make up, and then that ends the scene with them. So you get the next scene. Erica and Rasheeda are in the car driving. They're going to see K. Michelle perform this thing for Daughters I forgot what it's called, Daughters for Something, but it's dealing with domestic violence. So they're in the car talking, and Rasheeda is telling Erica that, you know, K. Michelle keeps bringing up the situation of how she was, how she was hit and beaten up, and you know, she always listened to her, but she always wondered, did that really happen? She has really mixed feelings about the situation because, you know, she's close friends with the guy in question and his wife, which is Memphis, and Toya, which has a child from Lil Wayne, Toya Carter. So she doesn't mention their names in the show, but she said that she's close friends with both of them, and she's known them for many years, and she really just can't see him going off and hitting her like that. But she wants to believe K. Michelle, but she just don't know what to do. And she said that she's been dreading the conversation about telling her how she feels because she knows it's going to be a big thing, because she just can't see it. So Erica's listening to her, and so they get to the area where she's doing her poem, and she talks about how she was in love, and the person that she thought she was going to marry turned around and hit her and beat her, and you know, did all these bad things, but now she's free. She's able to go on and live a life. And I think she's wearing something similar to like a wedding dress, and you know, she had a cut on her lip, cut around the eye to show that she had been beaten. And then but you know, she said she was free, cried a little bit, and then when she went backstage, she cried too. Now, when she was doing the performance, Erica teared up and cried, but Rasheeda just kind of just sat there like she was just really watching a regular play. Like, it didn't affect her at all. Now, I've seen people do that and they don't show their emotion, but they are emotionally affected. So I get that, but Rasheeda really was just sitting there like, you know, like with really no emotion. So that ought to tell you something. But like I said, she feel like she don't know how to feel, so she's showing it in her face, y'all. So that ends the scene with them. Oh yeah, Stevie J and Benzino went to the strip club, y'all. Follies, hey. and Benzino said that he can relax his mind and get a different kind of feeling, or different kind of whatever communication in his mind when he goes to a strip club. All right, so you feel better and you get this clear mind when you see ass and titties, huh, Benzino? So they go to the strip club, him and Stevie J, and they're talking about their women. You know, Benzino tells Stevie J, you know, me and Carly are kind of arguing. You know, she always want to talk about her career, and I'm trying to get her to change and everything like that. And we can talk about other stuff besides that. And then Stevie J says, you know, Joselyn, you know, I care about Joselyn. I don't know what to do. He basically said that he wants to be with Joselyn and Mimi. He said, well, I wanted to put all that on the table and see how that can play out. And that dude really think that them two are going to be okay with him fucking both of them. What kind of shit is that? Oh, Stevie J has lost his ever-loving motherfucking mind. Damn, Stevie, you got it like that? Well, anyway, y'all. So, he basically said he loved Joselyn and he loved Mimi. He said that in his side note. Well, at least he finally admitted it. Now, he didn't say it to nobody else, but he said it to us. But damn, why he couldn't say that shit from the beginning? Yeah, I love both of y'all. Anyway, so he said, well, I'm going to see what I can do. So they cheered to Joselyn and to Mimi and to Carly. And that is the scene with the two of them fools. So, let me see. I don't think I left nothing out. Let's see. I think I got everything. So I'm going to go to the last scene, which was, K. Michelle and Rasheeda. They meet up and they talk, and basically Rasheeda said, you know, I'm good friends with, you know, the guy that you said hurt you, and I'm good friends with his wife. She said, you know, I just can't see him doing that. Maybe he didn't do it. And K. Michelle said, but he did do it, Rasheeda. y'all wasn't there. He did it. And she gets upset and she said, you know, he did do it. He beat my ass. Everybody in the studio knew it. Everybody in the recording studio knew it. Everybody that was around him knew it, and they did nothing. She said, I don't care no more. I moved on. She said that dude is still fucking with me, still trying to tell me, I don't know, I guess she was saying that they had contact and he was telling her that, you know, whatever, you know, I didn't do that. She said, but he did do it. He did do it. And I don't care what none of y'all think. Fuck you. Fuck them. Fuck everybody. Fuck this. Fuck that. She said, y'all wasn't there. He did do this. Fuck y'all. I'm out. And she just got up and left Rasheeda sitting there in the scene. Y'all, that's my review for tonight. It was pretty interesting. I believe Rasheeda really did get beat up. I mean, for her to go and just make that thing, maybe he really snapped off and just, I don't know, y'all. I really believe she did get beat up, but I mean, gosh, I wouldn't want to think no woman would imagine that in their mind and it wasn't real. For her to feel like that, he had to hit her and beat up like she said, but don't nobody, Rasheeda don't want to believe that, but you know, that's Rasheeda. So again, anyway, that is my video for tonight. So tomorrow, next week is the season finale. It don't like it's gonna be real juicy, but it probably will be, like every episode has been so far. Joselyn and Mimi and Stevie J meet up at the therapist again with Jeffrey. Erica and Lil Scrappy talk. Bucky talk with Lil Scrappy. It's like it's gonna be pretty interesting. So we're gonna see what happens, y'all. So everybody, again, that's it. I hope you have a good evening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and if you're not a subscriber to my channel, then please subscribe. Okay, this was still just a little bit more past my time, but what can I say? Y'all like to talk so much. I'm sorry, but anyway, y'all have a good night and a good evening. Y'all take care, and I hope to see you in the next video. All right? Okay, everybody. Till next time. Take care. Bye.